I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to Finextra. Today I'm joined by Simon Eacott of Natwest and we're going to be talking about the payments market and disruptive technologies. Simon, it's great to be here, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, the UK payments market is continuously evolving, but what would you say is driving this?
It's a really great question. People talk about an evolution. I think personally it's more of a revolution at the moment. I think the pace of change in our industry is rapid and is going to continue to grow. People talk about it being the fastest pace of change they've seen in a while. I think they're going to look back on it in years to come and almost say that that was a quiet period. But if you look at it, if you look at the market in general, what's driving it? There's a lot going on in the regulatory space, both in the UK and globally. That's a big impact, and that is helping to drive a lot more competition. We're seeing competition coming from all quarters as well, whether that be from the traditional banks, the new challenger banks, fintechs coming into the market, and also technology is driving a lot of that as well. But I think the biggest thing for me in all of this is the customer and the customer demands and the customer expectations from their bank and from their providers. So combination of all of the above, revolution rather than evolution would be my phrase.
And how would you say banks such as Natwest are keeping up with the advances in technology?
It's a full-time job, that's for sure, because again the pace of change is so rapidly. We've established over the last few years a very broad network and infrastructure around the whole of technology. We've got a scouting network around the world where we work in Silicon Valley, we work in Israel, we work around in Asia, just keeping up to speed with what's going on around there. We work in collaboration with a lot of fintechs as well. A lot of co-location over in Dublin. We've got a place called Dogpatch where we work with a lot of different fintechs over there. We've got a number of entrepreneurial sparks that we call them in around the UK as well. We encourage things like hackathons, which is a great way of getting a lot of people together, looking at a particular problem and coming up with solutions. And we work in partnership, in a number of different areas as well. So there's no one single answer to it, but I think the key phrase for me is in collaboration. We don't view them as challenges. We see them as opportunities to work with those technologies.
All right, and following on from that quite nicely, which technologies would you say are the most disruptive?
I think the most important at the moment, and has been disruptive, is probably mobile technology. I mean, everybody now does an awful lot of their banking activity using the mobile or online. And for us in Natwest, it's a key channel, and we have more than 5 million of our customers that are interacting with us on mobile on a daily basis, and we continue to put a lot of new services on it. So whether that's disruptive now or not, I guess it has been. If I look forward, I think probably the two that are going to be most disruptive, and some of them are already out there with live applications, are artificial intelligence and distributed ledger technology. If I look at AI as a start-off, we have our own digital human. She's called Cora. She's already supporting a lot of our customers online with some of their questions around their banking, both in the personal and the non-personal space. And in distributed ledger technology as well, we've got an investment in the R3 consortium, and there's a number of use cases that we're looking at there. And I think as we go forward, that's going to play an increasing part in this whole industry.
And finally, Simon, who would you say are going to be the winners? Would it be the incumbents, new entrants, or third-party providers?
In some ways, that's a really difficult question to answer, and the easy or lazy way to answer is I think everybody can. But ultimately, the real winner should be, and indeed will be, the customer. But the way that's going to happen is going to be for all the different parties to collaborate. And if I look back the way that the industry has developed, we looked at each other a little bit suspiciously in the past. I think now very much more we're working in collaboration with whether it's the fintechs, the infrastructure companies, aided by the regulation, much more collaboration going forward. But customer centricity is going to be key to all of this. Every player has got something different to bring to the party. For us, we've got a great customer base, we've got trust, we've got security, and we're building some great relationships with other players in the industry. But ultimately, the customer has to be the winner.
Simon, this has been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.